Fargo is now back open. It's one of Fargo's toughest roads to clear. It was shut down for most of yesterday and through the overnight, but 19th Avenue North reopened just minutes before 6 o'clock this morning. Right there, those are the gates. They're up in the air. You saw cars driving back and forth to where they need to get this morning. It happened. This right here is just west of the Fargo Dome, I should say. Snowplow drivers worked around the clock for about 24 hours in near zero visibility to clean out several feet of snow. And if you think it was annoying to have to snowblow your driveway again and those winds plugged it back up, well, imagine how tough it was to clear that stretch. Take a look at what the plow drivers were dealing with. The Valley News Team's Alex Larson was in one of the plows late last night to get a feel for how much snow they have to move. Plow drivers have 5 lanes of traffic to clear in most spots along that stretch, and a section of the road usually fills with several feet of snow. This stretch of road turned deadly in February of 1983 when several cars got stranded there during a blizzard. One vehicle was covered in 6 feet of snow. That blocked the car's muffler and sent carbon monoxide inside the vehicle. All 4 people inside died, and since then, the city installed those gates along 19th Avenue for when they have to shut down that stretch of road. Police are sounding the alarm again this morning after a 3-car crash involving a Highway Patrol squad car. A North Dakota trooper was stopped to help a driver on I-94 yesterday afternoon near Jamestown, and 2 snowplows were also in that area. One was plowing the left lane near the trooper, and the second was parked behind the squad car in the right lane with all lights activated. That's when it happened. 2 vehicles went around the parked plow. They then moved back into the right lane, right in the path of the state patrol vehicle. The front driver tried to slow down as they approached the police car, but the driver from behind hit them and pushed an SUV into the squad car. All 3 vehicles had to be towed away. The people in the SUV were taken to the hospital. This morning, those roads are still going to be slick out there as well, because in these cold of temperatures, the salt and the chemical they try to put down, it's really no good, Lisa.
Yeah, they just don't work here. We're looking at temperatures way below zero, wind chills even lower than that. So that morning drive and wait at the bus stop going to be a hazardous one because of the cold here today. Here's a look outside. Traffic picking up this morning as we are starting off our day, looking better out there than compared to yesterday. But again, that intense cold will be an issue with us throughout the morning, especially, but even through the day. We're currently at 14 below in Fargo. Wind is out of the northwest at 12 miles per hour. And that's enough wind to cause our wind chills to drop down to 35 below. In addition to that, that's enough wind to have some light drifting on some of those roads as well for this morning. Not much of a problem generally, but we may see some more trouble patches develop because of that. And we still have the snow to clear off. That, as Jordan mentioned, won't go anywhere unless we do so mechanically with plows and shovels here today. Here's a look at Grand Forks. We are at 15 below there, and the wind is not as strong. We're at northwest, a wind at 7 miles per hour. It feels like 31 below. Now, there are other places in the valley where temperatures are in the 20s below. We've got wind chills in the 30s to even 40s to close to 50 below here in the valley this morning. So this is going to be a day that's tough, especially to start, but all day long and even into tonight. And here's a look at our winds. They're, again, not super strong. We're looking at some wind speeds up in the northeast that are nice and light at about 5 to 6 miles per hour there. But you can see that we have a 15 mile per hour speed in Langdon up in the Northern Valley. Southern Valley, 16 miles per hour in Jamestown. Oaks, 15. We've had a couple of places with gusts into the 20s. And 13 miles per hour in Fergus Falls. And that, again, really makes your wind chills drop like a rock here today. So, again, a cold start to the day. We are at least on the quiet side. No additional snowfall coming our way. The wind isn't in that range where it's going to cause those big drifts or anything like that or reduce our visibility. But in general, it's the cold that we're watching for today. If you're heading down to Frisco, well, here's a look at what's going on right now. There is snow down into Kansas, now dipping into Oklahoma, stretching back over to the Mississippi River Valley. That's all part of that Arctic air that's been surging in that we're in the heart of right now. And right on the nose of that is where that snow happens to be. So driving in that direction, if you have some friends and family on the road right now, they're going to run into it. If you're not leaving until now or a little bit later today, I'm thinking that will start to break up a little bit. Still, it'll be cold and you'll want that survival kit with you. Here's a look at our temperatures here in the valley. Out at the bus stop this morning, dangerous. We're looking at temperatures into the teens below zero. We're talking about wind chills that are even lower. Heading home from school, heading home from the bus stop, still dealing with some temperatures into the teens below zero. Some of us may warm up to maybe 8, 9 below here today, but overall it's going to be quite cold. We'll have some sunshine, at least. That'll be nice to see. And then for Friday, our morning low will be the coldest yet with this latest round. We're talking about 20s, 30s below temperatures. We do warm up, but it comes with some wind, so we got to watch out for some blowing and drifting snow again Friday night, along with some light snow too. So this is not going to improve much here. Even as we head into the weekend, it's still going to be windy on Saturday. It's not until next week where we see some improvements.
Be careful out there, Lisa. Thank you. Now 6:56. Today marks the one-year anniversary of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, when supporters of former President Donald Trump breached the Capitol after his speech challenging the 2020 election results. President Joe Biden is scheduled to address the nation today and is expected to place blame on the former president for misleading his supporters about the election. At the Capitol today, there will be vigils and moments of reflection. A lot of parents are frustrated over how West Fargo handled its school closings yesterday. The district canceled classes just 30 minutes before they were set to start. Some older students were already at this school. Younger ones had already been picked up by their buses. It was only then that parents were notified they had to go pick them up back at school. Valley bus officials say they had several buses get stuck. One of them even had to get towed. Face masks are going back on in the Twin Cities as the Omicron variant of coronavirus spreads rapidly. The cities are reimposing mask requirements in businesses and public places starting at 5 tonight. The championship game for the Bison football team is this weekend, but this year getting to Frisco, Texas is easier said than done for fans, as Lisa mentioned. That's because several flights have been canceled or delayed due to weather or staffing shortages. Fans like Jody Kilo is moving from Plan A to Plan B, but she says she's used to these kinds of setbacks.
We used to always drive to Frisco, and that was always difficult as well, not knowing how the roads would be. So whether it's roads or wind or flights that you need to worry about, it's just the way travel is here in the Dakotas.
The game is Saturday against Montana State. Be watching for updates this week from our sports crew. Beth Houle and Devin Fry are also on their way to Texas today. Many people have spent a lot of time lately shoveling or snow blowing their driveways and sidewalks, but it could be dangerous for some, especially because of the risk of heart attack. Doctors suggest you warm up first, take a break every few minutes, and don't push yourself too far. At least 2 people are waking up with big smiles today. There were 2 winning tickets from last night's Powerball Jackpot. One ticket sold in Wisconsin, the other in California. The winners will split that $632 million jackpot. Hardly enough. One toddler has caught the attention of the Queen of England after dressing up to look just like her, complete with the 2 corgis there, pearls and all. Now this kid dressed up, Jelena Sutherland is her name, for Halloween like the Queen. The corgis completed the look. Queen Elizabeth even got a look at that photo, and they said that her personal message was that it was, quote, splendid. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. That question, this is the #1 food we hated as kids, but we love it now. Asparagus. Maybe fry some up for supper. Sounds good. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us on the Fargo CW. Have a safe Thursday.